Hello, my name is Tom Krepcio. Mostly shot by my mom and my dad. It's all 8 millimeter Super 8 film. Uh, all this footage from the 60s, late 60s, mid to late 60s. You're seeing now my dad on the left, and there's a lot of lens flares in here. But this is Sandy Beach. That's Denise. um, this is Sandy Beach. This is me, Tom Krepcio, looking like a goofy kid that I always did. This is, again, Sandy Beach in Stonington, Connecticut, Lord's Point. This is from 45, 50 years ago, and this beach looks exactly the same. So that's my sister Deb Krepcio. And so we have some shots here. There's Denise down there, the little toddler. That's Ethel up on the rocks. My mom is taking is behind the camera. That's Donna in the striped. And once again, there are a lot of these pan shots. This is my sister Kath, who's coming up with the smile. Oh, there's Ethel. Beautiful, beautiful smile. So I think this is different footage. It's same place. All these cottages, for the most part, look the same after all this time. They've been kind of mildly refurbished, but it's amazing how much this looks the same. Way out in the distance, that's Fisher's Island. And another long pan shot, and I'm trying to see whether this is going to be yes, that's so this is a different shot. This is that was Walking Quickly by, that was Steve Kewen. We used to play with the Kewen kids when we were little at the beach. They were the kids of Dr. Kewen, Paul Kewen, and his wife Barbara, and so more lens flares. There's me. That's pretty much all the way, all I look like. I think that's Deb coming up. We were staying in one of those little cottages, I believe. So this would have been probably 64. Would have been my guess. And those are, I think that's Susie Kewen. I'm not sure. That's Steve in the background. There was always the seaweed piled up on the wall there. So more footage of the beach, and it's going to be the kids all playing. There's me again. And we're going to see all of our favorite kind of beach playing items here. There's the styrofoam surfboards, and there's the little blue boat, famous little blue boat. And that's pretty much what I looked like all summer for several summers when I was a little kid. Always very tanned. I never sunburned when I was a kid. So the eldest one there, the tallest one there, that's Kathy Kewen. And there's Kath. There's my sister Kath. Oh, that's Kathy Kewen. I don't know. I don't know if we were getting to the 60's age of protest here, if we were doing something about that, but that is a no trespassing sign, I believe. And so there's Kathy Kewen on the styrofoam surfboard. Kath, my sister Kath, is coming up with another styrofoam surfboard. There's Steve Kewen. And there's me with the little blue boat. I have been told that I practically lived in that little blue boat for a number of summers. So this was pretty much the ritual with the kids playing on the beach. Now, I think there's going to be some shots of the adults. The adults were always sort of off in the corner in the beach chairs. Yeah, I think that's a dinghy. I think that's a dinghy that did actually go out into the water sometimes. And we cut, and there's my Aunt Ethel. Dear, dear Aunt Ethel. So this one has not just Ethel and Donna and Denise, but it's got my mom's other sister, Ellen, and that's Diana, um, and that's Daniel. They had another child, David, who has not been born at this point. I think we see very little of Ellen. Here's Donna. Oh, and this is a little thing that Ethel used to do all the time. I remember this very, very well. There's Ellen. Yep, a little. We didn't have a name for that, but that was always something we do with being carried on her feet there. Everybody got their turn. Now the piece of land you see beyond there, that's called Sandy Point. That has a house on it now. I'm not sure when exactly it was built. It may have been in the 70's. We have another cut, and this is Rocky Neck State Park. That's my dad, and that's my Uncle Ken. Sadly, my Uncle Ken passed away not 2 years from about the time of this footage. He passed away in '66. I don't remember going to Rocky Neck that often, but we did go. So that's in Connecticut. That's between here and Old Saybrook. Old Saybrook is where Ethel and Donna live, for a very long time. And there's my mom, Mary Ann. It's me in the red shirt. Donna in the stripes again. Kath and Deb are both sporting Ocean Beach Park sweatshirts. We used to go to Ocean Beach Park in New London at least 2 times a year, maybe. But that's my dad. My dad always looking cool. And there's me looking goofy. I always look goofy. My dad looked cool. And there's Denise. Little beauty shot there. I think they refer to that as the jetty. It's been so long since I've been there. I'm not 100% sure. There's me with my mom. Yeah, there aren't that many pictures of my mom in these movies because she was usually behind the camera. Nice moment. And that's Dr. Paul Kewen. Um, I think one of those is probably Barbara. That's Ed Kewen. Paul Kewen was my mom's doctor when my mom had cancer, and he was her doctor. And there's Ethel, and there's my mom. And that's what the adults did. They sat in the chairs and read. While we were constantly active. I think the one standing may be Bill Thresher. Bill Thresher had the house on top of these rocks here. I don't remember him that well. He passed away, and then Ruthie, his wife, was there for a very long time. She was a very nice woman. Somebody was always getting buried at sad at some point. Yeah, that's definitely Kathy Kewen. The other Kewens I can't necessarily identify as clearly, but yes. So this is a birthday party, and that's my grandmother. That's my mother's mother. She wasn't with us that often, but when she was, it was nice. She was very quiet. She came from the Slovak Republic, well, what's now the Slovak Republic, and she didn't speak English all that well, and so she was pretty quiet most of the time. Staring at the camera. So this has got to be the end of May because that would be Deb's birthday. My sister Deb. Yes, with all the picture quality of those long ago 8mm movies. I think these may have actually been 8mm instead of Super 8. There's my mom. Yeah, she started doing that hairstyle kind of bit later. Yes, and here we jump to a a fairly typical Kleist Christmas. We would get together. I think it was usually we'd we'd spend Christmas on our own, but then we would all get together. I think it was like the first Sunday after New Year's or something like that, and we had a family Christmas with with the Kleist family. There's Ethel. There's Grandma. Deb, Kath. It was always this way where it was the men were kind of in the background. That's Emil. That's my Uncle Emil. That's my dad. That's my Uncle John. They'd kind of be in the background, and you can't really see it, but they're kind of off to the side, and they've got the TV on, almost certainly to a football game. And they'll be, off on that side of the room, kind of drinking and talking about football. And, the moms would take care of all the kids, opening the presents. So it's flurry of people here. That's Dot. That's John's wife. That's Jean. That's Emil's wife. That's my Aunt Jean. My Aunt Dot. And again, that's me. Of course, seeing that as closing into me. That's Janet, who is her John's family, one of John's daughters. And that gets to be a flurry here. That's Ken, who's Emil's son. That's Kurt, I believe, the little one. That's Jean and Emil's son. I didn't know him that well, just because he was younger than me, and he was a cousin. That was Ken, who picked up that snail or whatever it was. He's also Emil's son. As of recording this in 2021, Dot is one of the only adults here who's still with us, and my dad is still with us, but he's 91. Dot's got to be pretty darn close to that as well. I don't know whose house this is. This might be Emil's house. I can only guess that because he's the one who's kind of a little more casually dressed, and since my dad and John are a little more formally dressed, I think they're the guests. Well, that was Pam. Saw briefly. That's John and Dot's daughter, my cousin Pam. Oh,